It was 15 years ago. I was stuck on a terribly boring and clunky email service, and then Google announced Gmail. Now, back then, you had to wait for an invite to the new service, and I got it after waiting weeks, and I haven't looked back. 15 years later, everyone's allowed on Gmail, and it is at the top of the email heap. Google tech expert Justin Burry joins us with some new developments in the service and existing features about Gmail that you may not have known about. How are you, Justin?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
It really is kind of ridiculous. Gmail started with an invite system, and now there are enough email addresses on Gmail for about a quarter of the world's population.
Yeah, we got 1.5 billion users, so yeah, quite a bit of Gmail users out there.
It's pretty ridiculous. All right, so let's talk about the life before and now after Gmail. Before Gmail, oh my goodness, a ton of spam. All those, those overseas spammers that are trying to give you $1 million, all you have to do is pay them $4,000 and they'll send it. All that stuff would come into your inbox. In Gmail, you found a way to just get it all out.
It's tough. Yeah, we're using machine learning and AI right now. We're blocking 99.9% of that spam email. In fact, we're blocking 10 million spam and malicious emails every minute. So in the time we've talked already, we've blocked 10 million bad emails, which is phenomenal because nobody wants that in your inbox. You got to focus on the other stuff.
Of course, it's pretty remarkable. You just very recently released a new service called Smart Compose, which is creepy good, and it's kind of bleeding into the text message app now on Android. Tell us about Smart Compose and how it's using machine learning to figure out what we're about to say.
Smart Compose is great. Yeah, we're just trying to save people time, make it a little bit more simpler to write those emails because everybody's writing email all the time. You know, looking at the stats, about 100 emails are sent and received by an individual every single day. And so Smart Compose just makes it a lot easier. So what it is, it's like predictive text. You've probably seen it if you are a Gmail user. Yeah. It is an existing feature. So you type how, it'll say, how are you doing? Basically just finishes your sentence for you. So what we're doing now is we're adding a layer of functionality to make it a little bit more personal. It's understanding if you like to use slang or you like to use certain words or different sentence formats, help you write emails a lot easier. It's coming to the mobile device, which is great. And then also it's allowing you to use that feature in the subject line as well. Because subject line, super important part of every single email. It's the first thing that anybody sees. And it's going to look at the body of the email that you just wrote, probably with Smart Compose, and then suggest an awesome subject line as well, which I love because I hate writing subjects.
Subject lines are the worst thing to write, absolutely. One of my favorite features of Gmail is undo send, because we've always sent and then we're like, oh, I forgot the attachment, and you can just undo it and attach it after.
Right, which is great. There's actually a feature too, where if you write in the email body, like, hey, please see attached, and then you go to send it, and there isn't an attachment, it's like, hey, dude, you wrote that there was something attached, but you didn't attach it, so don't do that. But undo send is also awesome as well, because yeah, if you send something to somebody you weren't supposed to, or you made a typo, right after you send it, you're like, you can undo it. Back to the outbox. It's like it never happened. Insulates you from any type of mistake you might have made.
It's pretty incredible. If I can share one of my power tips that are not on this list, but so my email address is seantempesta@gmail.com. What I've been starting to do, because everyone they have the regular email address and their spam email address. I use seantempesta@gmail.com, but I go Sean Tempesta, the plus sign, and whatever the service I'm going to sign up for at gmail.com. It still comes to me, but then I can see if they sold my stuff to another company, oh, wait a second, that company sold me out.
Right, that's great. I use that feature to kind of organize my inbox a little bit. So if I type in my email address plus promotion, it's because I signed up for a promotional email. It'll then go to my promotional outbox or inbox and make sure it's a lot easier. So yeah, if anybody's listening that's not familiar, if you type plus after your Gmail address before the @ sign, and you can attach anything to it, and it'll still go to your main Gmail because anything after the plus doesn't matter, but it allows you to go to a certain folder and just organize your inbox that much more effectively.
Fantastic. Congratulations on everything. Hey, turn to the email provider that has moved the entire industry forward. To learn more about Gmail's and Google and their Gmail, you can head to the website you see on your screen. Google, by the way, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.